everyone, welcome back to Sydney and Starlet, and if you're new here, welcome, enjoy the videos. So today, me and Sydney are going to be reading Disney's Aladdin and the King of Thieves. So, let's begin. Sydney, do you like Aladdin?
Yes.
Can you say yes?
Yes.
Yeah, Sydney likes Aladdin. Who's that?
Sweetie!
Genie! Agrabah was abuzz with excitement. Aladdin and Jasmine's wedding day was finally here. The genie was busy attending to important details, such as parking the camels. Iago was busy inspecting the lavish gifts, and the Sultan was rushing about nervously, just like any father of the bride. The genie surveyed everything one last time. "Something's missing," he said. "I just can't put my finger on it." "The groom!" exclaimed the Sultan. The genie headed straight for Aladdin's place. "Excuse me," he shouted, "but somebody's going to be late for his own wedding." "Hold on, genie. There's something I need," replied Aladdin. He opened an old wooden box. Inside was a dagger, decorated with a golden hand. "It belongs to my father," Aladdin said softly. The genie was surprised. "You've never said a word about your father," he said. "He died a long time ago," explained Aladdin. "Maybe he could have shown me how to be a good husband. But what if I'm no good at it?" "If your father were here, he'd be as proud of you as I am," the genie reassured him. "Now let's get out of here. We've got a wedding to go to." As the wedding hour drew closer, an odd collection of men slipped in with the guests. They were the 40 Thieves. Kazim, the King of Thieves, was their leader. He had come in search of one of the couple's gifts, a magic scepter. No one noticed the thieves because everyone was waiting for the arrival of the bride. At last, Jasmine appeared. The guests watched as the beautiful princess walked down the aisle. "Well, we're finally here," said Aladdin as the two joined hands. "Together forever," Jasmine added, smiling. Meanwhile, the thieves were eyeing the gifts. "You create a distraction," Kazim instructed a thief named Saluk. Saluk hated Kazim because he wanted to be the king of thieves himself. But Saluk did as he was told and started an elephant stampede. The elephants destroyed everything in their path. The guests scattered, and the wedding pavilion crumbled to the ground. Iago and the Sultan's guards tried to keep the thieves away from the gifts, but Kazim quickly found the scepter. Luckily, Aladdin managed to wrestle it away from him. The genie scared off the rest of the thieves. Aladdin and Jasmine surveyed the ruins of the wedding pavilion. "What were they after?" the princess asked. Suddenly, a shaft of light shot out of the scepter. "The King of Thieves sought my sight to find the ultimate treasure. I see all that has been and all that will be." The scepter contained an oracle that could answer any question it asked. It was asked. "You could ask about your past," Jasmine told Aladdin. "My past isn't just one question. It's a million questions," Aladdin replied. But mere questions about your past can be answered by your father," the oracle said. It showed them the blurred image of a man's face. "My father is alive?" repeated Aladdin, not sure how to feel. "Follow the trail of the 40 thieves," it told him. "Your father is trapped within their world Thinking that his father was the thieves' prisoner, Aladdin bid Jasmine goodbye. Then he flew off on the magic carpet with Abu and Iago. The thieves' trail was fresh, and the three followed it to a beach. They watched as Kazim called, "Open sesame!" The water parted, and so did the cliffs on the other side of the bay. The thieves galloped into the opening. Aladdin, Abu, and Iago managed to swoop inside before the rock slammed shut again. Inside the cavern were the ruins of an ancient city and the home of the 40 thieves. Aladdin stealthily made his way down the jagged rocks to where the thieves were gathered. "We have nothing to show for our troubles in Agrabah," Saluk was saying. He turned and confronted the king of thieves. Suddenly, Aladdin recognized Kazim. The king of thieves was his father. Saluk raised his tiger claw to swipe at Kazim, but in an instant, Saluk was thrown to the ground. "Run!" yelled Aladdin. "I've got him!" Kazim looked confused. Why was the stranger helping him? "I'm Aladdin. You're my father," Aladdin explained. As Saluk and Aladdin struggled, the dagger with the golden hand landed at Kazim's feet. Now the king of thieves had proof. This was indeed his son. Saluk told the others that Aladdin and his friends must die, but Kazim persuaded them to allow Aladdin to fight Saluk. If Aladdin won, he could become one of the thieves. A storm was raging as the two began their battle atop the cliffs. At first, it looked as if Saluk would win, but Aladdin fought harder and harder, finally sending Saluk over the edge of the cliff. Imagine losing an enemy and gaining a son in the same day. Kazim rejoiced. Then he took his son to a secret lair. Kazim gestured to the riches piled high around the room. There is an ultimate treasure. It's on the vanishing isle. Compared to it, what you see here is nothing more than lunch money. The problem is, the island is never in the same place twice. Aladdin looked at his father skeptically. What is this ultimate treasure? He asked. The hand of Midas, exclaimed Kazim, and turns everything it touches to gold. That's why I left your mother, Aladdin's father continued. I wanted you to have everything, and the hand of Midas was the only way. I didn't want gold. I wanted a father, Aladdin said gently. I still want one. Kazim shook his head. It's been so long, I wouldn't know where to begin, he admitted. Well, you can start by coming to my wedding, said Aladdin. What they didn't know was that Saluk had survived his fall from the cliff and was on his way to Agrabah. The thief met with Rasul, the captain of the Sultan's guards. Saluk told Rasul the location of the thieves' hideout and the magic phrase to open the cave. At dawn, Rasul and the other guards arrived on the beach. Open caraway! Rasul thundered. Nothing happened. Didn't you say it was open sesame? Fazal reminded him. The sea parted, and the Sultan's men soon reached the hideout. They surprised the thieves and took most of them as prisoners. But Rasul was disappointed, for Kazim was nowhere to be found. That's because the king of thieves had gone back to Agrabah with Aladdin to meet everyone before the wedding. Kazim was surprised to find that Aladdin had a genie. The genie was surprised to learn that the king of thieves was Aladdin's father. Next, Kazim charmed Jasmine and the Sultan. He let them think that he had been a prisoner of the 40 thieves. He certainly didn't want them to know he was responsible for ruining the last wedding. Soon, everyone went to get ready for the wedding. While Kazim dressed, Iago begged him to break into the royal treasury and steal the oracle. "I promise you, bird, after this, I go straight," vowed Kazim. Aladdin and Jasmine were ready to begin the ceremony, but Aladdin's father was nowhere to be seen, until Rasul dragged him in, bound in chains. "Your Majesty, meet the King of Thieves," Rasul announced. "We caught him trying to steal again." Aladdin's feelings were hurt. "Now I know why you really came back," he said to his dad. "Your father is the leader of the 40 thieves?" the Sultan asked in disbelief. "Aladdin, did you know who he was?" asked Jasmine. Aladdin faced her, saying, "I thought I could change him." Reluctantly, the Sultan sentenced Kazim and Iago to life imprisonment in the dungeon. Aladdin couldn't change his father, but he also couldn't stand the thought of him trapped in the dungeon forever. So that night, Aladdin broke Kazim out of jail. Though his father asked Aladdin to go with him, Aladdin let him take the oracle and said goodbye. Aladdin didn't want to leave Jasmine the way his father had left him. Now, Saluk had to find another way to rid himself of Kazim. He went to see the thieves who remained. At the hideout. They were surprised to see him alive. "Kazim betrayed you," Saluk told him. "How do you think the guard knew the magic words to part the sea and raid our hideout?" When Kazim arrived to share the oracle with the thieves, they turned on him and took him and Iago prisoner. With the oracle promising to show them the way, the thieves went to sea to find the vanishing isle. Luckily, Iago managed to escape. Back at the palace, the Sultan scolded Aladdin for helping his father. "I'm sorry for what I did," Aladdin apologized. "But I had to help him. What else could I do?" Jasmine spoke up. "I know I would do the same for my father," she said. "Let us put this matter behind us," suggested the Sultan. "We have postponed this wedding long enough." Just then, Iago flew in and told them what had happened to Kazim. With the genie following them, Aladdin and his friends hopped on the magic carpet and set out to save the King of Thieves. Out on the sea, the thieves' ship sailed toward a huge beam of light. Inside the light, the oracle spoke. "You have arrived," it told them. The oracle and the light disappeared, leaving the thieves surrounded by fog. Suddenly, the water began to churn around them. Their craft pitched violently from side to side. Then a temple began to rise out of the sea. "The vanishing isle!" said Aladdin, awestruck. "On the back of a giant turtle!" Jasmine gasped. The thieves went to explore the island. Saluk brought Kazim, whose hands were tied behind his back. Thinking quickly, the genie swooped down and bumped hard against the turtle. Then, as the island began to shake and rumble, the genie reported on the action. While the thieves were thrown off balance, Aladdin confronted Saluk. The thief was knocked unconscious. Kazim and Aladdin raced higher up into the temple until they found the statue that contains the hand of Midas. Aladdin removed the hand, careful to hold it by the wrist, and tossed it to his father. Just then, Saluk arrived and threatened Aladdin. Fearing for his son, Kazim gave Saluk the hand of Midas. When Saluk took it, he turned to gold and fell into the water that was rising in the temple. As the turtle dived deeper, the rising water forced Aladdin and Kazim to climb higher and higher. Now you have the ultimate treasure, Aladdin told his father when they had reached safety. No, it almost cost me the ultimate treasure. You, his father replied. Then he tossed the hand of Midas into the sea. It landed on the deck of the thieves' ship, turning it to gold. The heavy vessel began to sink as the thieves jumped overboard. The magic carpet took everyone else back to Agrabah. That very day, to the delight of all, Aladdin and Jasmine were finally married. As the newlyweds enjoyed a sunset ride on the magic carpet, they watched Kazim ride off in search of new adventures. Iago went with them. Kazim traded his old life as a king of thieves for a new one as the father of a prince. And that suited everyone just fine. The end. So that is it for today, everyone. I really hope you all enjoyed it, and we will see you all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Pick out your favorite page. So Aladdin was a thief, and Aladdin's father was a thief. I guess the apple don't fall far from the tree. Who's your favorite character? This is an intense page. Look at that big ray of light coming down.
Suddenly.
The word suddenly. You've always liked the word suddenly. Can you say
Suddenly.
suddenly?
Yeah, yes.
Suddenly.
Yes.
Yeah, well. Bye-bye.
Suddenly.
Suddenly. Yeah.